What surprised you the most about both those interactions?
Uh, what surprised me both is the level of preparation, where Knowles was very, very prepared coming into his episode. I could tell he had blocked out multiple days rehearsing for that format. At certain points, was very clearly hitting like pre-rehearsed talking points, and he was waiting for the right person to essentially unleash them on. Because if you look at the clips that Knowles pulled from the debate, are only with the trans women. Like he didn't pull clips from anybody else talking to any of the guys, and so seeing Knowles perform, he performed incredibly well. Like he knew the format, he knew the optics of it, he knew how to get clips, he knew how to when he had a formidable opponent, he kind of made the conversation boring and tried to run away to essentially run out the clock. And then when people weren't performing well, that's when he doubled down and like got his one-liners in. So watching Knowles debate, I was like, this guy really knows what he's doing. His opinions, I think, are complete BS, but he's a fantastic debater and had really, really prepared for the format and knew where he was. With Peterson, though, eh, I'm convinced that with Peterson, somebody's getting fired from his team for what happened. And what I mean by that is it's clearly had negative effects on his career, a bit of an embarrassment for what he's doing. And a lot of people have been trying to blame Jubilee, which is as many criticisms as I might have about Jubilee. Jubilee is very upfront with their guests as to what they're getting into. The format before Peterson came on, there was a ton of other Surrounded episodes, where it wasn't like Surrounded was a new format and Peterson got ambushed. Like Jubilee is very clearly a thing and communicated that to Peterson. What I'm convinced that what I'm convinced happened is that whoever from the Daily Wire producing team was like, Michael Knowles has been on, Ben Shapiro's been on, let's get Jordan Peterson on. Peterson essentially showed up looking a little bit haggard. He didn't seem to exactly know where he was. It was apparent that he had never watched a Surrounded episode 4 and just wasn't ready for the format. Um, it just seems like when you have a schedule that busy, you have handlers that just tell you where to show up, right? Like Peterson doesn't know his own tour schedule. He has people that set that up, and then he essentially shows up and performs. And so I think he just thought that this was going to be another generic media appearance, and it didn't seem like he prepared hardly at all for the episode. So both with Knowles and Peterson, the level of over and under preparation, I think, was the most surprising part.